welcome to the FFC show. My name is Thomas Harkin. Today I'm joined by Logan Cole, fighter from Apollo Sports, who's fighting on February the 8th. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pass it over to Logan to give us a little bit of an introduction about himself.
Yeah, so I'm Logan. I fight with Paul Sports. Uh, just ready to go. Really, just excited, ready to take some edge off
Nice.
and put on a show.
Awesome. And one of the things as well, Log, is that it's fight week, isn't it? So it's
Yeah.
currently Tuesday of fight week. So, you how's it feeling coming into this one?
No, it ain't as bad as the first two times, I'd say. It's a bit different now. Obviously, there's been a pullout, so feelings have kind of mismatched a bit, like kind of changed. Not shitting it, honestly. Just I'm used to the environment I'm in now. Like I said, been to it twice. Fight camp, like I said, used to it. Um, Harder than before, I can say that. But obviously it always pays off in the end. But like, is what it is, isn't it?
It is. It is. Now, obviously, you mentioned there that you've been through it before. One of the things that we want to touch on is you did fight. It was like you've had like a 2 year gap, maybe 3 years gap. Is it a bit
So
longer than that?
just over 2 years, I'd say.
Yeah, just over 2 years. So you had the time off, and then you were you come back to the gym, and well, you've seen the show, and you kind of like jumped at the opportunity, so to say. I remember the conversation we had. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. It
So
was like I enjoy. Like I had the break. I felt like the break I needed,
yeah.
and I knew the time was right just to step back in, and which I've been waiting to for a while. I didn't know when to, but now I'm back in, and I feel like I'm just. It used to be just how like it's like how it was again. Like
Yeah. Now, obviously, as you said, like coming into this one, there was a change of opponent. Now we've had a
yeah,
new name, and you know, does that do anything? Obviously, because this will only be your third fight, so it's not like you know you've had so much experience with it. But I think this is the first, no, second pullout, isn't it? Because the first one was a pullout, and then you stepped in, and then I think you were rematched on the second, and then yeah. Does that
yeah.
affect anything with you with preparation as well?
Does it fuck? No, it
Yeah,
doesn't bother me. Like it's just like I said, it is what it is, isn't it? And it's not gonna just because it's another person doesn't mean it's gonna change how I feel and how it's gonna affect the fight. It's all gonna be the same, just obviously different person. This
yeah, that's fair. So let's wind it back a little bit then, Log. So, how did you
yeah.
first start training?
Well, it was my brother first because I think pretty much all my family was always done fighting. Like my brother done boxing, MMA, my father done judo, my uncle's doing boxing. So I kind of got led into that kind of atmosphere from like a young age.
Mhm.
And like I've always wanted to do it. I don't think I'd done a couple months of boxing when I was younger, but it took a while to convince my mother to let me do this
Yeah,
because I think my brother just finished doing it, and I remember sitting downstairs. Me and my brother were fighting. I put him in a ring and choke, and there wasn't a good experience because he was out. But like I tried. It took me a while. I convinced my mother to actually let me because at first I was CDC. I was going to class. My brother went, but then obviously she was talking to her friend Sean, and he said it was run up in the soccer club when it was all fun. So I was like, oh fuck it, I'll go down here. And then I think since the first time down, I kind of just knew that's where I wanted to be. 'Cause I felt like it was close, it was professional, it wasn't take a piss, fucking fuck about all the time. You was learning something. So I think that's why I just fell in love with it from the beginning.
that's good. That's good. And obviously, one of the things that you tried either side was, we touched the MMA aspect. We've done a bit of grappling and stuff, and then
Yeah,
one of the things that you've done since then was the K1, and obviously, as we touched on at the start, your first fight was like a step in, um, and then your second one then obviously was on the same show that we fought on originally. Now, one of the things I wanted to ask is, in the Ronda Rampage, obviously, so for this fight, now you've got three other teammates fighting on the show. Now, what's it like being a home show instead of driving, knowing that we have to drive 3.5 hours to go and then stay in a hotel? And
Okay.
what's the
Yeah.
difference?
Uh, I think about this the other day. I think it's more pressure because obviously there's plenty of people more, but obviously people I know that's going.
Mm.
But I think it's just again same thing as usual, just people I know, and if it's like no, I got to put on more of a show, and I got something more to fight for.
Nice,
I feel,
nice.
yeah,
So touching back to the team aspect, what's it like having four of you fighting on the show at the same time? What's it like in the gym?
it's good. It's a good atmosphere. It's like we'll all have our jokes and have a mess around, but then when it gets to the serious bit, we all obviously put in the work when we need to.
Yeah.
But I think everyone down there got a really good connection, so it's not like no one really beefs, no one argues. We all have the same kind of humor and the same work rate.
Yeah.
So we don't really just like if we need to get it done, we get it done, and then it's done. We don't take a piss to there. If we need to finish it, we'll finish it.
Yeah, and it's good having that mentality, isn't it? Especially when you can lean on the other guys that are around you. That obviously does help. Like,
Yeah, and the thing is obviously because obviously they're all older than me as well. They have more things they can tell me what to teach me, like get me in the adult state of mind than be a little child.
yeah, so learning and developing within like a grown-up environment, isn't it? Like you were
Yeah,
part of the gym from what were you 14 when you started there, wasn't it? It's the same as Foxy. You were
yeah,
like 13, there we go. So,
yeah,
when you're in that environment a lot, and as you said, like everyone's got like the humor's a bit different, and everyone acts a little
yeah,
bit different, and it's good that you can see that you change as well. Like obviously from a fighter's
yeah,
perspective, for then you like you said, growing up, which does help. Like
yeah,
now, one of the things you opened on was that training for this fight has been harder than the other two.
yeah.
What's been different?
I think one of the reasons obviously because I had a big break off, so I'm kind of getting back in the groove of training again and obviously doing all the cardio. Um, but I don't know, it seems like more the environment is like more stuff we do, more things, more is more advanced than where it was in the beginning, and our coach leaves the heaters on in the gym when we train, so it kind of makes it a bit harder in the gym as well.
Does help them.
It does help.
So coming into coming into this fight, now one thing we want to say, obviously, as you said, you had your first two, you learned in your first two, and
Yeah,
now coming into this one, we'll obviously be looking for the first W. So what adjustments have you made? Because the weight isn't, there's not like a massive weight difference. You haven't got to cut loads of
yeah,
weight, you haven't got to, but is there any adjustments that you've done going into this one?
yeah. I think in my head I'm gonna come out in my own way now because I always remember this from my second one when I knew I was fighting someone because obviously the first fight was supposed to be a rematch.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
obviously it's quit his gym and then I fought Jamie. When I watched this fight and I remember in the beginning he came out just swinging and praying. So in my head I'm like, fuck it, that's what I'm gonna do. So obviously when you watch the fight you can see the first thing I do is just blast myself and kill myself literally in the first round.
Yeah,
So that was what I was thinking.
you did blow. I'm not gonna say you blew your wad, but you did put the work in the first round, didn't you? And
Yeah,
you definitely you went for the finish in the first. Like
yeah,
it was. I don't want to obviously. We touched on this in the gym ourselves, and we talked about the fights before. Like one of the things I don't want to go back on and say, oh yeah, it's what it is, what it is. But one of the things was that was a learning curve for you. Like
yeah, it was.
you fought somebody who was a little bit older, somebody who had a bit more experience than you, and you went out and tried to finish him in the first. You even tried to finish him in the second, and then
Yeah,
it come to the third end, and he just took it away. But like it's good that you can see that as well, and you can see that you made the
yeah.
adjustment. So
Like
as I was saying,
I always watch the fights. I always watch them.
yeah,
Just because now I just know now I know it's that's not what's going to happen in this one. I'm gonna I'm not gonna push myself as much as I did in the second one because obviously in the first one it was more you could see it was kind of a nervous thing for me because obviously
Yeah,
everything changed and it was
yeah.
like really unexpected.
But then that's one of the things that the same thing has happened now, but you've handled it in a different way.
Yeah,
We had the pullout was on Friday, and yeah, was it Friday we talked or Thursday? I can't really remember. I think it was
Friday
yeah Friday. So
because
that
obviously
was yeah, so that was 3 days ago, and it's now Tuesday at fight camp. So and we had a new name yesterday, and you can see that the difference in your mentality is. I remember when I was sat down with you, and obviously when me and Liam were talking to you. You just say, yeah, this it is what it is. Let's just go with it. So you can see that there's definitely
yeah.
been a growth there, which is always great. Like, now, is there any other adjustments? Obviously, one of the things you said there, which I'm excited to see myself, is you want to do it your way. So, is there any other adjustments that you're going to make or that you've made?
Oh well, I don't really know. Just really just go. I'm just gonna realist. I'm just gonna go with the flow.
Yeah,
I'm
fair.
gonna, and then I think I just gotta let it play out and this is obviously see how it goes. I'm not gonna push anything on myself. I'm gonna when I'm in there, I'm just gonna let it happen. Happens.
It's just a nice mentality. Now, still working. Still speaking about training. How's sparring been in preparation for this
Good,
one? Good.
really good. Yeah, it's um. I feel like obviously sparring, you done it unless you don't spar, you don't learn nothing really. That's what I think. If you don't spar, you don't learn nothing. I think sparring is always the biggest part of training. Because if you learn something on the bag or the pads, you can always test out in the ring, and then that's how your progression grows. Um, yeah, sparring's been really good to be honest. I think because obviously there's not obviously with Logan down here as well. There's like someone around my weight, my size, my age. I think obviously I like sparring older people because I think sparring the older ones makes it easier to take harder hits, bigger hits, and more technical. But when you fight someone your age, it's like you kind of learn from them as well.
Yeah,
It's kind of
and
like a
when you're speaking about Logan, you mean Logan Fox, and that is it is a good thing
yeah,
to have him with you because he's quite a creative striker, and
yeah. And you can
you are
see that he's
yeah
unpredictable. You don't know what's going to come out of him.
yeah, and you're the same, and it's good. Obviously, there's you fight at 60, Logan fights at 50, so there is that 10 kilo difference between the two of you. But as you said, like Logan's in the same like it's the same boat, isn't it?
Yeah,
You both go around like and it'll be Foxy and yourself will spar with the adults as well. Even like obviously you got the Schwan who fought in the same inter club as you. Like you'll jump in with
yeah,
Schwan who's 80 odd kilo. You'll move around with all of the boys. There's no stop on that. And as you said, I think that's one of the good things of having Foxy and yourself there. It is you're both quite young and you both like I watched it on Friday, obviously after just going like you both kind of went for it, and it was good to see. It's
yeah,
good that you bring each other on. And like I said, having Foxy in the gym is a massive benefit for you and for everybody else.
yeah,
Because obviously you
yeah,
can both help each other with each other's fights, which obviously you've got you're coming up this week, and then we're looking at Foxy for potential at the end of the month. So it kind of like works out really well.
yeah. I think like also you meet like me. I think me and him can learn a lot because I think like was he kickboxing, isn't it? Kickboxer. I think yeah. So like I think we are kind of different styles of fighting, both me and him.
Yeah.
Um, but like I think knowing more styles is more beneficial for each person.
Yeah, of course.
I don't think you want to be stuck in this like doing the exact same thing because once you keep doing the same thing, it's just going to be predictable. They're going to know what you're going to throw. If you always switch it up, then you're going to realize, is he going to go over? Is he going to go for overhand or kick? It's
Yeah.
like you're going to know.
Yeah, you are right there. Now, one of the other things I wanted to ask you is obviously I'm the promoter. I'm also your coach from Apollo Sports as well. Now, what's the difference that you've had with this show because you've been a bit more like obviously you've been behind the scenes, so to say. Obviously, you've known about all of the fights before they kind of come out because I get to tell you all and stuff. Like, what's the difference been uh in training for this one? So, how much has training come on, as you said, in the growth from
Well, from the last time.
yeah, from the last one, but then also knowing what I'm trying to say is the build up of excitement because you're part of it. That's right. There we go. That's what I found. I got it in the end. Being part of behind the scenes, you get all of the same build up, all of the
I
same
do
excitement
agree.
that yeah, that obviously that me and Liam do. And
Yeah.
what's been the difference having that, and then obviously how has that affected training, and has there been a massive difference in fighting, up in England and wherever?
Yeah, there's always been a massive difference. I think obviously now there's a home show and as you were the promoter, I think it's beneficial for us a lot.
Mm.
I think it's being in a home show is a lot better than being up in England fighting people from England. I always feel like it's just different.
Yeah.
I don't think it's I don't know if it's just because of me, but I just don't think it's fair a lot of the time. Like sometimes you can see in the back, like when you're watching the fight, some of the judges they don't even look, they're just looking down, like, so they don't even take notice. I'm like, but I said, how are you supposed to? I'm thinking, how the fuck are you supposed to give a rating or a rank and all, and you're not even watching the fucking fight, like.
No, obviously that's what you've seen before, and other people have said the same at different shows and stuff. And one of the things that we try and do is we try and learn from everyone we go and try and make
Yeah.
obviously as best as we can. So now one of the other things is you've got uh like we said, we've got three teammates fighting. You're the only one fighting K1, and the other three are fighting
Yeah.
boxing. Obviously, we've got Brad Bailey fighting, making his debut. We've got Mitch Jones coming back out in fours, and then we've got Jody Lee Lewis fighting for the 65 kilo hybrid title. Now, how has that been for training? Like, obviously, we've got three boxers, and then you fighting K1. Has that been a bit of an effect, or is it worked around it?
I can go around. I think it's quite good as well. Obviously, they don't do the same because, like, obviously, if I spar I can learn how they box
Mm.
and I can kind of take advantage of it and learn from it at the same time.
Yeah,
So, like, obviously, Brad, he's power out. He's a big boy.
he is a big boy, isn't he?
Like, yeah, I think I can take how he fights and I can kind of chuck it in my locker.
Yeah,
And same with Jory, who's just flashy. I can kind of take that and just if it needs to be used, if it needs to come out, I kind of got it there
yeah,
ready just in case.
yeah.
And the same with Mick. Like he's big, he's powerful. I can take her in my. I can put it in. I can well, what's the word? Like experiment with it. Like
Yeah, yeah. Now, do you feel that having the boys boxing in your fight camp, do you think that's helped your boxing come along as well?
oh yeah, 100%,
Yeah,
100%. Because like it kind of like when I like no, like obviously when you just spar K1, it's hard to spar boxing because when you're in it, you're like, oh, I can throw one, two, and then you might accidentally throw a fucking head kick or something.
yeah.
Like it can kind of like if I don't need a kick, it'll teach my brain just to throw a punch instead of a punch and a kick. So like if I know I'm off balance, I won't throw the kick. So I'll just stay there punching until I know I need to.
Nice. Yeah. So, like you said, you're building and adapting from each style, which
Yeah.
can benefit and grow. Nice. Now, going on to the fight and your opponent, obviously, like we just touched on, we only now found out what his name was. We know that he's had a bit of experience. Is it, like, do you know anything else, or like, how do you see the fight going?
I'll always see the fight going my way. Always, no matter what it is. I can't think of it going anywhere other way, otherwise man, it's gonna be fucked. I need to think that it's my way or no way. Like
Now,
is because
go on,
you just need to
go into detail
yeah.
on that. Yeah,
Like I just think like if you think of it like oh it can go this way or it can go that way, the outcome's not gonna go your way. Because then you're gonna instead of fighting, you're gonna be thinking about instead, and you're not gonna be locked in. You think, yeah, this is my fucking fight. This is what I'm gonna do. You can't be thinking that oh, this is a chance that he could win. You don't want to think like that. Then your head's dropped.
so you're manifesting what's going to happen.
Yeah,
Yeah, I got it.
like I'll be lying in bed thinking of what to do. Like
Yeah.
think I'm in a corner. and just
So
working through it.
have you got any strategy or is there any game plan? I don't, obviously we don't want to give too much away. But is there anything that we've been working on in particular that you're going to be bringing into this one?
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yes, oh yes.
Fair enough then.
But
Fair enough.
yeah, it's I'm happy that like obviously what we do now is like so much different than before. So like there's more stuff we can learn now. Obviously, because it's been the break, I come back and it's like more people, more techniques, more styles. I think obviously there's more stuff to learn in as well.
So you've
So like
developed into a different fighter from the break then.
yeah, yeah. And like I've kind of reassured myself what I gotta do. Like I've always like I said, I've always watched the second fight. I don't really watch the first fight as much
Yeah.
because I think the first fight I don't really matter that one. Don't.
Yeah.
The second fight is what mattered to me,
Yeah.
and obviously like I knew like I can all like what I can say is that it's not going to be the same with the second fight. I mean, it's going to be a completely different style. It's going to be completely different to what it was then.
Logan Cole
Like I said, that was
2.0.
2 years ago. I was 14. Like it's a 2 year difference. It's not you can't expect it to be the same if you do. You're fucking stupid.
So let's obviously one thing you touched on then was what you're manifesting and how it's been thinking,
Yeah.
right? So as we said, you're coming into the show at 0 and 2. So how are you handling the preparation with your mindset? How's that going? Obviously, you said you're manifesting, which is good. You said that you're thinking about things, you're thinking about how the fight's going to work out. You're doing things in your head. Is there anything else that you're doing?
Like I got before before my first two. Like I didn't really do as much cardio out of the gym. But like I'll be in my room. I do bits in my room. I'll go out. I'll go to the gym. I'll go on the running machine. Like I'll just do so much more cardio outside, like out to the gym as well. Just make sure I'm ready for it. I'll do a bit of training in the house, like after training or before, just like and then just obviously chill out, relax, and then like obviously the physiotherapy, do all that in the house, just clear my mind and it kind of helps me just calm it a bit. Like
So knowing that you're doing that extra little bit of conditioning and that extra little bit of training outside of the gym on top of what you got to be doing, that's helping your mental, the growth and
yeah,
stuff. Yeah.
I
No, I,
feel like
I
if I
agree
just
on
sit in
that.
my room,
I, uh,
if I feel like I can sit in my room and just sit on the PlayStation or watch YouTube or something, it's going to be running through my mind. And I feel like in my head, I'll be like, oh, I've done loads in the gym, but I feel like I got to do more.
hmm,
So like, when I'm doing it, I kind of feel like I'm just chilling, doing it, like not pushing myself, but I'm doing it chill, just like relaxing with it. And then
yeah,
it's like kind of like helping it process more like,
yeah, I got you. I got you. Now that leads on to the next point, and my next point was going to be what drives you to keep pushing and improving. Now, I think you answered it within that, and one of the things that that keeps pushing and improving is yourself, and I think that you want to grow yourself, and I think that you want to show everybody that, as you said, that you're not the same fighter as was you were 2 years ago. So, is there anything else that keeps driving you to keep pushing and improving?
yeah, obviously everyone's on the gym. Like, like I said, everyone got kind of the same mentality.
Hmm.
And it kind of feels like obviously I'm new back in the gym again. And I feel like I don't want to be behind everyone else.
Okay, so
So
you're trying to, yeah,
to
I got you. So you're
push
trying
myself
to
to catch up and
Yeah, so you're trying to whatever the boys are doing, you're trying to do the same, to catch up with where they are and to show
yeah,
that, yeah,
I'm not some fucker that just showing up to the gym thinking I can fight like
yeah, I got you. Now, what does a win at Ronda Rampage 3 mean to you?
it means a lot because obviously it's a home fight. There's a family is like my most where my father lives this way, all my family's from.
Mm.
I feel like this is bigger than the ones in England, a lot bigger. Because like I think down here is not really much meaning to me. It's like, oh, it's just a fight
Mm.
and win or lose. But this is more like, oh, it's home is half an hour down the road.
If you're
Like if
walking backwards, Logan Cole, fucking hell.
not if I'm walking there,
Yeah, if you're walking backwards, it's not half hour down the road from you. It's literally like 10 minutes.
I'm gonna walk up that fucking hill. It's about a 5 minute drive up the road.
There we go. Logan Cole is literally on the doorstep of the venue.
But I feel like being home, obviously, loads of people are coming to watch. My father, my girlfriend, my mother, all the boys. I think now I've got something more to prove to them as well as myself.
Yeah. And one of the other sides is the mentality that you're having coming from the gym and the team from Apollo as well. I think that's a big thing that's pushing you beyond as well. Like,
Yeah, everyone down here pushes me. You can see they do. Like, obviously, when I was training yesterday, I was with Liam for an extra 10 minutes before it ended. Does he just fucking pushing me to hell? Like,
yeah. Yeah, and obviously what you were going to say then was you had all of the boys, literally all of the boys just finished what they were doing and they all stood on the mat and made, you could hear the encouragement from everybody, couldn't you?
yeah, everyone was Brad, Mitch, Jory,
Yeah.
you, like everyone was
I just
pushing me
kept
to go more than I could have, and they helped.
I kept adding numbers I did. I didn't keep trying to push. I
Um,
just kept
one
screaming
more,
new
one more,
numbers.
one more, one more. Five, five,
Five.
five.
Yeah, that is true. That's what I did.
But I feel like it helps though, because I know I can go like I feel like I'm at my limit, but I know I can go past it if I get pushed,
Yeah,
and I think that's what helps as well.
yeah. And one of the things that, that obviously, as we said, like coming from your coaching perspective, is you can see that you want this. You can really
Yeah,
see that you want this. And like I said, I think having the boys around you who were fighting as well, like you had it before, but obviously
yeah.
as you said, but I didn't. When you just said about the being when it was across the border and obviously being in England, it was kind of just like a fight then. And I never, obviously, I'm your coach. I never knew that. I never knew that's how you felt. So that to me, that's
I don't think it was in the beginning.
yeah.
Like
But
when
then
it's
this,
come in, I feel like it's just fuck, I'm fighting. Like
yeah,
now I think like when I'm thinking about the now from then is like now that I know I'm fighting home,
yeah,
that's where I kind of got it from now, knowing that
mm,
like the difference between fighting away and fighting home, you have
yeah,
more of a meaning when you
yeah.
fight so close.
Yeah, and no, like I get it. As you can see, do this. You can see that you're putting in the work, and you can see that obviously you know, you. One of the things that you're doing is you're fighting what's in front of you, and you're dealing with what's next. Because obviously, as I told you in the gym yesterday, and as we were speaking, like you and Foxy, I want to get you, we want to get you as active as we possibly can. But it's good that
Yeah,
you're concentrating on what's in front of you, and
yeah,
it's a good mentality to have.
yeah.
Now, one of the questions I wanted to ask is we reference back to the boys. Now we went through the fight order, so you know when you're fighting. So you're first of all of
Everyone
that,
else.
yeah, of our team. So you're actually fighting. I think we decided either on what was it, second or third?
Second, I think. I think it's
Second.
second.
So we obviously, as we said, we go out, do your thing. Now, what does that mean for the rest of the evening for you? What are you going to be doing then?
Well, obviously. I wouldn't expect to fight so early on to be honest, but there's one thing I've always said that I'm happy I'm not first out of everyone.
Yeah.
I think being first, you have more pressure than anything else because you're the ones opening.
Mhm.
So I'm happy. I'm a second. But like obviously after that, it's party time.
Famous
I
words
will
of
corner.
Jory Lee Lewis there.
Yeah, I will corner. Obviously I'll help as much as I can. I won't get too drunk. I hope. But yeah, I will. I will help out as much as I can. I will. Like I feel like helping out is like I do like doing it. I do like helping everyone else. Once I'm done, like obviously I'm finished now. It's like it's not about me anymore. Like what I gotta do is done. It's about Jory. It's about Mitch. It's about Brad. It's not about me anymore.
Yeah, and it's good as well. Like you can see the team mentality is obviously is bursting out of you guys, and that's what we want. Especially as we said, it's our show, it's our home show, and it's all that. It kind of means that a little bit more. So it's good. Now, one of the things obviously you said is you're happy you're not opening. But how is
Yeah.
it? Obviously, we looked at last night. We worked out there's like 18 fights confirmed. How does it feel like to be, part of the card, the first one of the first one of the year? How's it feel?
So it does feel good. I feel like getting back in it is exciting. Being obviously second fighting is different because obviously, I think obviously, like I said, the last 2 hours more later on.
Mm,
So I feel like I was always waiting, and then that's when the nerves start to kick in when I'm just sitting here watching and I'm waiting.
yeah.
Hang on, and I feel like it's better just to obviously not obviously get over and done with, but not let the nerves kick in like that, like straight away.
Yeah.
Just like I won't be in my head too much, because I will if I'm waiting for so long, I will be in my head. So I'm happy to get on early and obviously put on a show.
Uh, Now we got two more. Well, there's three more questions. Well, yeah, three more. So number one is what can the crowd expect to see from you on the night?
Sparks,
Sparks.
magic, everything, flames, everything coming out. See the demons in my eyes. See the demon
Demon.
come out.
Demon, come on.
But
What?
everyone would expect. Like all the boys do. They know how they see all the boys see in training. Obviously, a lot of people down here, they haven't seen me fight really. Like obviously they might have known of me, but they can first round they'll understand. Or I'm like they'll know.
And then the last one, what's your prediction of the fight?
Obviously, it's gonna go my way. Like I said, it's my way or no way. Um, I will. I think is more of a most likely to go a decision. I think a finish. If I'm gonna say a finish, it ain't gonna be a knockout. I can say I ain't gonna. I don't. I'm not gonna target for a knockout this time. Straight on anyway. If I can see it there, I'll see it there, and that's when I'll take it. But I feel like body or legs. If I can, I feel like if them two they can go. I think with the power I got in my legs now, I think I think I can be able to take them away.
Nice, nice, exciting. I'm excited. I am very excited. Obviously, from your coach's perspective, I agree on your growth of power is definitely there, and one of the other sides is, it's good hearing how hungry you are, and yeah, I'm excited. I really am. So this was my last question, Logan, because I only did ask two.
I think
Um,
you maybe think a second.
so the third one is, would you like to give any shout out to sponsors or shout outs to anybody at all before we wrap up?
All the boys, shout out to all the boys in the gym. They help a lot. Conks barbers, obviously. Mitch's barbering store. Um, all of them. They all push to the limit. You can see in the gym, everyone is pushing to get what they want. Um, they they you can see that we are a team down here. You can see we don't just fight and spar and train. You can see there's a connection. Even with the new people that come up and train, we don't treat them like they're new people. We treat them like they've been there for how many years?
So
So I guess
that's good to hear. It's good to hear as well, and it's good to hear from my perspective. And then, as you said, last one, any sponsors you want to give a shout out to? You said
uh
Mitch for Conks,
big bad Brad's. The name's gonna confuse me.
BB Civils.
PB Sevasta, whatever. I knew it was a C. But yeah, Conks, PB Civils, Flow, all of them. Yeah, they're all a big part of the gym as well.
So, awesome. Well, I just want to say thanks very much for joining me today, Log. Obviously, as we said, this fight week is Tuesday of fight week. We've got, there's a little bit of training left to get done, and
Yeah,
on to Saturday. So, guys, there are a handful of tickets left on box now. There are no paper tickets left from fighters. They are literally we're down to barely minimum. So, get your tickets as soon as you possibly can, because the way we go in, I
make
don't
sure to
think it's
click
going to
my
be.
name.
Sorry.
Make sure to click my name.
Make sure to click Logan's name. Um, in all honesty, guys, I don't think there's going to be any general admission on the door the way that we're flying out. The tickets are pretty much all gone. So try and get them as soon as you can. I want to say a big thanks to all of the FFC sponsors. If it wasn't for you, obviously Run the Rampage wouldn't come through. So thanks to, again, Brad Bailey Civils, Conks, Fighting Homelessness. We've got Scutari Mouthguards. We've also got Muscle Mechanics. Big thanks to Flow Fightwear that supplies all of the kit, the custom brand, the custom gloves, the custom shins, everything that you can. And yeah, we look forward to you on February the 8th.